Good morning. Hello, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
Hello to everyone watching the replay. If you haven't joined us yet, you can still come in late if it's on. All right, so I'm just going to quickly share my screen and to welcome to Rising Tide. Welcome to Art Club this morning. So Art Club, it's a 90-minute co-create session. So they're hosted but not guided, in that this is your chance to ask questions. You can brainstorm, it can support each other, and basically anything to do with art, we can ask each other questions. There'll be a mix of quiet, pleasant conversation and art-related banter. Please note that these sessions will be recorded and they will be made public. At the end of the session, we'll have a sharing time for anyone who'd like to show your progress. So we always come to Art Club prepared to work on our own personal project. So always have your own materials ready. I'm not doing anything. I'm just making my own art and everyone else is just doing their own thing as well. So whatever creative project that you've got, bring that to Art Club. You're welcome to post your work. I've got a few places. I've got the Studio Diaries Facebook group, although I've got Discord in brackets because I have recently set up a Discord and I'm wondering if possibly we might share there instead, because there's lots of advantages to using Discord as opposed to using Facebook. Um, I might show you that a little bit later as well today. And the other place that you can share your work is in the chat thread on Substack. So when you came into the Zoom meeting through the Luma link on the blog post in Substack, there would have been a button to share to the chat as well. So each art club, there's a chat where you can post your work in there as well. Maybe I can show you that later if you haven't seen it also. So if you do share your work online, we have a hashtag Sam Ashley Art Club, just because we're at Art Club, and if you wanted to share on Instagram or tag me on Instagram. All right. So thank you for joining us at Art Club today, and I will end the show and I'll stop the share. And I realized I'd forgotten to make our thumbnails larger then. Zoom recently did an update, and so when we watch the recording back, our images will be quite tiny against the screen share, but I've figured out a way that you can make them big and I just forgot to do it, so sorry about that.
No
This is
worries.
a good thing.
Perhaps since there's not very many of us here at the moment, maybe would you guys like to share where you're working from today and what you're working with? So whereabouts are you and what are you working with? Like, what are you doing? If you like, I can go first, and then if you want, or I'll go.
Yes,
I'll go
please.
later. Yes. Okay. Okay. So, hello everyone. I'm Sam. I'm in currently on the Sapphire Coast of New South Wales, Australia, and today I've got a Royal Talons sketchbook book. It's a A4 size, and I'm experimenting a little bit, to be honest. Today, I've pre-painted some panels, and what I've done, I've mixed some acrylic gouache, and I've got a variety. What else did I use? I've got a variety of different brands I'm testing out really cheap ones. So two different versions that are cheaper. I don't know if you can see them. Deco Art. These were about $4, I think. I've had them for a very long time. Or Joe Sonia's. They're like acrylic gouache in that they dry flat. There's no gloss, there's no shine, and you can layer really well. You can layer colored pencils and watercolor over the top. They're very similar to the Holbein's acrylic gouache, but much cheaper. So I'm experimenting. And I've also mixed a little bit of the gesso. I've mixed some of the paint in with the gesso to tint it slightly, and I've created some panels to draw some pictures on. And I've got a Pinterest folder up on my other screen, and I'm just using, so I've got a range of things. I've got one of the new Inktense pencils. It's a dark mink color. It's really beautiful. Always have some test pieces of paper just to sort of see what the colors are. It's almost like a moon glow shadow violet color, like a Daniel Smith color. And I've also got a Derwent Graphite tint. So basically they're like watercolor pencils. You can use them as a pencil or add water. These are very similar in color. So if you've got Derwent Graphite tint, it's a similar color to, oops, sorry,
Nice.
not very, anyway. So I'm using those, and a brown ochre drawing pencil, Caran d'Ache white, because that goes over everything, and a few watercolor, raw umber. Anyway, that was a long explanation. I'm just going to draw, basically, with mixed media. So,
Cool.
Kel?
Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm Kelly and I live in Catherine in the Northern Territory. I actually know Sam from a long, long time ago. Yesterday was 29 years that I've lived here in Catherine. Um, so I don't really do a lot of art, but I really like it. And I've always admired your art, Sam. I remember
Oh,
visiting you when you lived here and, thinking that your home, you always had bits and pieces out everywhere and a project you were working on. And I think we did some quilting together and things like that. Um, anyway, I decided to join today because I need to do more things just for me and not always just cleaning up after everyone else or running around after grandbabies now. Not only the kids now, it's the grandbabies. We recently got back from Japan. So I've decided to use that today. I have this little, it's like, I didn't take it with me. I probably should have, but I probably wouldn't have had time. It's a little watercolor palette kit for travel. And you can either stick that wherever. So I pulled that out today just to have a look and see how it works. Bought myself a tiny little watercolor book to practice in, and I'm going to use one of the images. I'm not sure which one yet that I took in Japan. I don't know how well
yep,
but yeah. Um,
beautiful.
so that's what I've decided to do today. Just have a play.
Mhm. Okay. Well, my name's Divinity, and I live in Melbourne, and I actually teach English to foreign students. And recently, I've started doing a drawing class for them, and so I've left all my materials, all my um, art materials at college, which is a bit silly of me, but anyway. So today I've only got pencils to work with, so that's all right. I've just pulled out a few photographs of my son and basically my son and a few other things, and I'm going to look at those photographs and just do some drawings from there. That's all I'm going to do today. But I was telling Sam before, I've decided that I'm going to buy myself some new stuff. So I've got two sets of things. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Thank
Yeah.
you, Zoe. Thank you.
Mm.
Um, I'm noticing the audio is a little bit weird today, so hopefully it's okay on your end.
Mm.
Bit of echo sometimes, and
Oh,
sometimes,
really?
yeah, sometimes,
Mm.
but maybe, hopefully it won't show in the recording, won't sound in the recording.
I haven't had any echo.
Okay, that's
No.
No.
that's good. With those watercolors, Kel, maybe if you get a little, you probably haven't, a little spray bottle, or even just with your water brush, go around and wet them first. So wet each of the pans first, just to help. So I just put a little bit of water in because sometimes they can be really hard to re-wet. And if they've just got a little bit of water on each of them before you start, they're much easier to use, those ones. Yeah. Oh, so good to see you both.
Mm. To see you, Sam.
So I'm just drawing from reference images of a Pinterest folder that I've got. In the art playdates, Rising Tide Zoom art playdates, I've got a folder that's got sections in it for each of the things. Anyway, I'm going to start off. Which shell do I want? I think I'll just start with this one.
Yeah, Pinterest is good, isn't it?
Yeah, love Pinterest. So inspiring.
Mm.
And a great place for reference images if you're just practicing your drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with these art club things, I have been thinking about moving to Discord because the beauty about, I mean, I'm new to Discord also, but one of the beautiful things about that I like about Discord, again, I haven't experimented too much in there. There's different channels. I love how it's organized, and there's different channels that you can be in. You can have text channels or you can have voice and video channels. And with the voice and the video channel, we can just do this kind of thing, like Art Club, anytime anyone's in the server. So if you joined the server, and it's also private, so there's no algorithms and there's no like I have to like people who join, there's like a little waiting period. I've set it up so that there's a little waiting period where you can't see anything other than just like the introduction and stuff and rules, although I'm still writing the rules. And then when I see that people have joined, that's when I give them a role of artist, and then they get to see everything else that I've sort of set up, including the voice channel. I've called it the Studio Lounge, where we can just go in, and if there's someone else in there, like it's not recorded, but we can see each other and we can hear each other and we can just draw together or make art together and
That
not
sounds
worry.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, it does sound cool. It means I don't have to worry about like I'm back at school now, so my time and my energy is pretty limited. And so I don't have to worry about creating a Zoom link or a Luma link or a blog post or wondering if anyone's going to turn up or then editing the video afterwards and
Yeah.
editing the blog post and all that stuff. It's just I don't have to, mind you, I haven't washed my hair today either, so it doesn't, I don't worry about that too much. But I could be in my pajamas if I really, really wanted to. We could be eating our dinner, like it could just be much more relaxed and casual.
So are you doing a show today, Sam? Did I hear you say?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I just thought I actually really struggle to talk and paint at the same time. It's definitely a skill to practice.
Well, I think as a art teacher, you actually really encourage your students not to talk.
I always
You
encourage them
get,
not to.
yeah, because you need to actually be silent to get into that zone. Otherwise, you're distracted. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
I've been following a lot of illustrators on YouTube and Instagram recently, and this is sort of, I suppose I don't know if it's the latest craze or whatever. I don't know. I love it, the Zoom. Like, I love it because I get to connect with other artists, and it's a really nice way to build community and make art. It's more about building community, I think, that with like-minded people who love doing what you're doing. Um, yeah, and the illustrators are fast. They draw fast and it's scribbly and it's a very different style to how I normally draw and paint. I'm usually love just the relaxing part of it and really taking my time and focusing on the details. It's very different. So it's good. It's really good. It's helping me loosen up.
You find when you're there that like does it feel uncomfortable for you to have to kind of keep
Sometimes.
up with speed?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And I'm always embarrassed because my work never looks as good as I want it to.
yeah.
And I'm just still learning that that's not why I'm doing it. Like,
Well, say illustrators usually come up with a sort of formulaic way of doing things that's sort of like shortcuts. So it's not all, they're not reinventing the wheel every time they're doing it,
yeah,
which is a different style to, you know, what, what you do, what I do.
yeah.
Mm. Is that what you're finding with the styles or?
Not really. I don't, no, not really. Not that I've noticed that. I'm more just amazed at how quickly everyone else can do. I just find it really hard to paint quickly, to be honest. But I do think it's a good thing to learn. Like it does, I'm going to overlap here.
I've just started going quicker now that you're talking about it, thinking I probably need to be, you know, not so like one side is really exact and then the other side is a lot more looser. I'm just like penciling stuff in.
Yeah.
And I think I actually like the quicker, looser style when I'm looking back at it.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of interesting actually how if you can get, oh, I just went over that one, never mind. I also like the quick loose style too. Sometimes it's surprised me how I've preferred, not always, but in a lot of cases, I have preferred that looser style to when I've spent a lot of time on something.
Yeah.
It's more fresh and alive. It trains you to look at what's really essential. What are you really going to put in there rather than trying to put every single detail like I am trying to do now. Yeah, when I teach the kids at school, or I used to, I haven't done this for a little while, but I always used to tell them about so the right brain and the left brain, like, the different sides, like, you know, what is it? The left brain it's like it's a little bit Mr. Bossy Boots and it tries to take over all the time. Whereas and that's what we use when we're always at school, like in maths and English and science, like the left brain's always in overdrive and it's pretty loud and it's in charge of language and maths and science and all that. And then the right side of the brain, it's like dreams and imagination and creativity. But that's the one we want when we're in the art class. But if you're talking, the left black brain is taking over the right brain and it's like really bossy and really takes over. You've just got to kick that side away for a bit. And the way that you do that is by being really quiet and concentrating on what you're drawing. It's different with kids though, because when they talk, they just don't do any art at all. They just talk. So tomorrow morning, I'm getting up at pretty early to do a Zoom with another YouTuber artist called Crixus. I'm in her Patreon, and so 6 o'clock in the morning, it's going to start tomorrow for me.
Early to bed tonight, Sam.
Yes. Interesting. Oh, wow. Shells are beautiful. Actually, that's something I really do like about taking my time with drawing. You really notice more about the subject matter, don't you?
Mm.
Same with photos.
Yeah,
Like going in for details or different angles, like then you really start to see what you're photographing.
yeah. Hell takes beautiful photos, Dimity.
Yeah, imagine. Hmm. I'm going to Japan in January for
Oh, it'll be cold. Whereabouts are you off to?
skiing.
Oh, fabulous.
Mm. But it's um, near Nagano, and it's in a little town that has a fire festival. And because I'm not really interested in skiing that much, um, but it has a really lovely, yeah, festival.
And
So
that's on at that time of year, the festival.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, cool. How long are you there for?
10 days.
Yeah, nice.
Mm, yeah,
We had,
Japan.
is it your first time or you've been before?
Been before, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love the onsens, especially.
Yeah, it was the first time we went and we were there for 3 weeks. So
Mm, nice.
we had
Where
a
did
great,
you go?
we started in Tokyo. We had
Mhm.
5 days there because that's where we flew into. And we actually did a couple of day trips where we went out um, of Tokyo as well. Um, just so that, it wasn't quite so busy, although I don't know. Well, there are places in Japan that are quieter. We
Mm.
found some. And then we went down to Hakone and had a couple of nights and hired a car down there. Tried to find Mount Fuji but failed.
Oh,
It was raining and yeah, it just wasn't a happening thing. And then we went to caught the bullet train to Kyoto
mm.
and like through Nara to Osaka, and then we actually flew from there up to Hokkaido for the last sort of week, and we had a
Right.
week up there as well, which was really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Kyoto.
Yeah, we stayed in awesome little place, and she served us like a traditional Japanese brekkie every day. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so nice.
What's a traditional Japanese breakfast? What did you eat?
Oh, there was all sorts of stuff in there. So lots of things on little, in little bowls and plates. And so there was like a rice um, of some description, it might have
Yeah.
mushroom or something else in it. There was a protein of some sort, normally a vegetable type thing as well. Yeah, there was about 6 or 7 different things on the plate every day. And they were all delicious and amazing. And I was like, what time is she getting up to make all of this stuff for us every morning?
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, it was really good.
I struggle with breakfast, but that sounds like a good, like, just trying to find different things to eat for breakfast, to have variety in the diet. I struggle with that a little bit. That sounds good to be able to.
We're very boring Western breakfasts, I think, in comparison to, like the Japanese. Yeah. And my husband often doesn't eat breakfast, but he was into it every day.
And are you teaching 5 days a week, Kel?
I am working 5 days a week. Yeah, so I'm now working with families with 0 to 4-year-olds, so
Oh,
early childhood. Uh,
wow.
yeah, I love it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really good, but it's half teaching, it's half like admin, community engagement, really.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's more than just the education of the kids. It's educating families and also linking them into other services in the community for health and well-being and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, quite fulfilling.
Nice. Oh, 29 years. Wow.
I've worked at every school in town.
Yeah. I've been wondering about going back to primary school teaching, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, just every now and then I've heard more because I suppose this illustration, just drawing a lot, has made me I'll just yeah, thanks. Um just thinking about like children's books, I really miss reading to kids. You do get to read to high school kids sometimes, but it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I like teenagers too. So yeah, I've just returned to teaching this last week after pretty much 3 months of having a break. Um, so I was really tired, very
I
tired.
even think after a 3-week holiday, like that first, you know, kind of week back, just getting back into it all and having to be organized at certain times, and it is tiring.
Yeah,
Talking after not talking so much.
that's what I find the hardest because I spent most of that time I was by myself in the studio or just walking through the bush or the Zooms, really. That was it. And then now I'm going back and I'm teaching 25 kids every 50 minutes,
Yeah.
very loud. But it was okay actually. It was better than I was expecting. I think
Are you working full-time or part-time?
I'm only part-time. I don't think I could do full-time anymore. Yeah. Oops. It's very hard to stick to just one color palette. If you like, at the end of the after this Zoom or some maybe even during the Zoom, maybe, um, I could show you what the Discord looks like. Would you be interested in having a look and seeing? Have either of you joined a Discord before?
No. Yeah, I would be interested in having a look.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I might show you after the recording, maybe. I'm not sure. Um, yeah, I like them. I haven't had that much to do. I've joined a couple just to see. So I love Patreon. I follow I'm in a few different membership things in Patreon. And have you ever joined a Patreon? Anyone's Patreon before, Kel? No?
No.
I like it. I really like it actually. I much prefer watching the videos in people's Patreons than I do on YouTube videos these days because I just find it, they're not trying to sell you something. It's very real. They're not always edited. I much prefer watching things like that. It's good to have things like that on the background as well. Like you might see someone painting in real time on a Patreon. It depends what they're offering. Um, it's just a membership platform where you pay, I don't know, $15 a month and there's Zoom meetings. Although to be honest, most of the Patreon people that I've joined, I can't attend their Zoom meetings. They're like 3 o'clock in the morning because they're in England or America. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Sorry, concentrating on and um try that one. Yeah, so here we go. Crixus has got a Patreon. Crixus's Patreon. Crixus is an illustrator who lives in the UK and she's got beautiful work. And I've followed her YouTube for a long time. And then I thought, I'm just going to check out her Patreon. And she's really lovely person. And she has a couple of Zooms a month. And then this Sunday morning, so tomorrow morning is the first time she's got, so it'll be 9 p.m. at night for her. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I thought, oh, that's really nice of her to make an extra time so that I can go to one. It's very, very generous, I thought. How are the watercolors going? Are they working okay?
Lots of brushes, lots of water, and really it's kind of experimenting to see what some of the colors. I should have just looked at what the colors are first, I think, instead of starting to apply them on. Because like I'll apply one and go, oh, I thought that was black and it was blue. So, maybe like because it's the first time I've used them, I'd probably advise testing them all out before you put them onto whatever.
Sometimes it's good to mix your colors up and to purposely not have the right colors. You might find interesting combinations that you really like that you weren't expecting.
True.
There's a challenge going around Instagram and Substack at the moment. I think it's every year. There's 3 illustrators. Let me think if I can remember. It's called the 3 Materials Challenge, and it's drawing from life for 30 minutes every day for 50 days using only 3 materials. So whether that's a pencil, a neo color, and a paint marker, possibly, like to draw just, for 30 minutes from
Yeah.
life. So and I've really loved it. Like I've done a couple of them. I haven't posted to Instagram or anything like that. I've done a few of them, but it's really made me think differently about how I use the materials, what materials I use together, and what color palettes I'm going to use. So I've been experimenting with different color palettes as well that I don't normally use. Yeah, it's really cool. Water soluble things are really good because you can sort of mix them together and have more than
Yeah.
3 colors.
Change them.
Yeah. It's amazing to see what people do with colors I would not have expected or have thought about putting together.
Hey, Maggie's, I can hear at your place, Sam. Magpies warbling.
Maybe. I can't hear them now though.
No, there was just like one little section there. It's like, oh, I think they're magpies
Yeah,
because we don't
probably.
get
I
we
do
don't get
have.
them here.
Oh, what? I
Yeah, we just don't have. We're too far north.
Oh, I have a lot of birds here, and so much that I don't notice when they're here. But there's a lot of magpies and kookaburras in the mornings, and butcherbirds and eastern whitbirds and all sorts of different types of finches. But recently we've been having like large flocks of yellow-tailed black cockatoos, like 30 to 40 in my backyard.
Yeah,
Occasionally get
they eat everything.
Yeah, the hakea. I've got some hakea trees growing and they eat all the seeds from them.
That's why they're coming. Yeah.
And we've had some red-tailed black cockatoos as well. They're not as common as the yellow-tails, but I've had maybe 5 or 6 at a time in my backyard.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it is. I love living here. The garden is a huge thing to maintain, which I don't love doing. So I've ignored it for a long time, and now the weeds have just.
I've
Oh,
got a veggie patch going this year. So when we were away, like the son was looking after our place, and it was like the one thing I got back. The rest of the yard, like the grass was dying, but the veggie patch he watered.
oh.
So he knew what my priorities were. Didn't bother to pick anything. I had radishes that were like massive, and he's like, how am I supposed to know to pick those? They're under the ground. I'm like, oh, food. Yeah, but no, we've got lots of that stuff going on. But I need to get back into the rest of the garden and fix the rest of it up now, like, because it's been neglected.
I love being here. I love being in the bush. I love having the space of a large block, but I really don't want to do the gardening. I want to paint and I love bushwalking. I love being in nature, but I don't want to mow or weed or prune. And I'm constantly thinking, is it time to downsize? But I just love the peace and quiet here so much. And the studio, I've got such a great studio. It's very hard to leave here. But
Where
yeah,
would you go?
that is a good question. I don't know. I
I
mean,
think that's why I'm still here. We've never thought of anywhere better to go.
yeah,
We
yeah,
just stayed.
yeah, it's pretty good here. It's very beautiful. And I'm so used to being by myself and being quiet that even moving to Marimbula, which is not very far away, that's like 25 or 22 something. It's not far away, kilometers away. Um, that seems very busy and loud to me. Too much. Yeah.
How's everyone going?
Yeah, good. Slowly, but good. Being very detailed today.
I finished something.
Oh, cool. Do you want to show it now?
I'll
Or do
stick
you,
it up. So
okay.
it's my son when he was little.
I'll just spotlight you.
Oh,
Oh, my gosh, it looks so much like Angus.
Mhm.
It's so beautiful.
awesome.
And what
Mhm.
did you use a 6B or what
Sorry,
what pencil did you use? What kind of pencil?
just a 2B.
2B. Wow.
That's it.
That's beautiful.
Thanks.
So I've got a question for you then, having said that you've finished, but well, or for Sam as well. how do you know when you're finished? Because sometimes I think, oh, am I finished? And then I'm like, oh no, I'll just do this. And then it's like you've gone too far.
$1 million question.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And you just have to make that mistake a few times and you go, okay, stop
Yeah.
it. And the other thing that's useful is if you have a few things on the go, so you can think, okay, I'll just set that aside for a bit and I can always come back to it.
Come back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing I've recently discovered, if you've got Procreate, you can take a photo of what you're working on, put the photo in Procreate, and then work on it in Procreate and see, give yourself ideas of, do I want to keep doing it? Can I go further with this? Or what if I use this color over this? Or you can
Yeah.
sort of test out different ways of doing things. But yeah, that is a good question, Cal. Sometimes the half finished is good too. You know what
Mm.
I mean? Like seeing things that are just not 100% finished, but they are finished.
If you see exhibitions with artists, and then you see the sketches and the works, and they're not, you look at them and you think, oh, well, what about that shirt or whatever? But they've chosen to stop when they did because they've put in what they want to put in. So
Yeah. And it's good for the viewer to, like, for our own imaginations to, we'll fill the rest in. Like the viewer, you will fill the rest in with their mind. You don't have to put everything in. I'm still trying to learn that.
Well, I feel like I should stop on this little one. Only because I just added something then and went, oh, I wish I.
Oh. Have you got a hairdryer handy? Like, is the paper still wet?
A little bit damp. Yeah.
If you wanted to, I've got a hairdryer off to the side. If I want to turn the pages and my page is still wet, I don't use the hairdryer for my hair. I use it for my art and just yeah, if you needed to. Do you like what you've done, Kel? Oh, I think Kel's frozen. I think Kel's frozen for a bit. Hopefully she'll come back. Her internet. Hopefully she'll come back. Oh, she's gone. She might come back. Maybe I should text her to rejoin. She should know to rejoin, I think.
mm.
In Crixus's Patreon, people draw a lot slower there too. It's not fast. You have a lot of time to finish your images, which I like.
Are they still timed drawings?
So tomorrow we've got 4. They go for 20 minutes each. It's landscape and clouds we're doing tomorrow, so I'm quite looking forward to that.
Mm.
I am just going to mute myself and I'm going to send Kel, see if she can join again because I think she joined through the Luma link. I don't know. Oh, can you hear me okay?
I can.
Oh, that's good. We think it's the computer died. So I've sent her the meeting ID and passcode. But she sent
Oh,
me what she's done. So hopefully she can rejoin us, I hope.
so the computer network in Catherine's not so good.
No, I
It's
think
usually
it's
good.
actually her computer. Yeah. I think it's her computer.
Oh,
Screen went blue and then it just shut down.
oh,
So
oh,
yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah. It's in there. Oh, it is a shame. I know I really wanted to um never mind. Oops. What was your art class like last week? Was it last week that you did the last one?
Yeah, it was great. I was just a little bit more. They wanted me to be a bit more language orientated, so I included more language at the beginning and got them just to have a break in the middle and discuss, um, talk about, give each other feedback and blah blah blah. It was really good. It was really
Oh,
good.
that's good.
It was really vibrant and fun. They're just a great, yeah. And like I said, there was there was more. There was even more students. So I'm going to have to get a bigger classroom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you look at other artists or do you just draw
Oh,
objects from life?
oh no, I haven't. So far, I haven't. I've just kept it really basic. It was cats, drawing cats, and the thing is that this time, the last time, what I did was also I just stuck a piece of paper on the wall um, next to the PowerPoint and started drawing and talking about how I'm drawing and mapping the drawing and blah 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 blah. And um, that worked really well because it gave me something to talk about as well. Yeah, so I was happy.
Oh, yeah, wow. It's nice that you can model and that they can see what you're doing.
Yeah. For some reason, I had a bit of a brain explosion and just before, and I don't know what I was thinking, but basically, I was thinking that it was the class started later than it actually did. So the first I knew of it, I was making myself a coffee and I saw students piling into the classroom. And I went, holy shit, grabbed my stuff, got in there. Yeah, it's funny. It's good though. And it was the same students, which was nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oops.
How's your drawing going, Sam?
I'm just messaging Callaghan to see if she's able to come back.
Oh,
But yeah, actually good. I'm enjoying not using too many materials. And I really love this Inktense dark mink. It is beautiful. Both of these colors, actually. The Derwent Graphitint Smoke. Sorry, Storm. Time to get glasses. But they're very similar colors, but just beautiful. I don't really like many of the other ink tenses that I've got. They're very saturated. She's back. The colors are oversaturated, I think. What's I doing? Oh, okay, right. But these ones are
right.
good. She's coming slowly. Do you hear that little notification bell when someone else enters the room?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's just me. See, it's just going outside. It's 11 o'clock and I think it's still frosty out there.
Really?
Yeah, it's like crazy. Of all the times to well, do the gardening yesterday. Well, she's sort of back. Oh, there she is. Don't forget just unmute yourself, Cal.
Okay, sorry about that. I
That's
just
okay. What
think
happened?
think I need a new laptop. That's what I think.
Oh,
Um, so I've had issues with it. Okay, it says the battery is fully charged now. I'm going to turn it on. I also got my work computer out as standby.
good idea. Yeah, because
Um,
I'd love to show you Discord afterwards too. Like if whether we're recording or not, I'd love to show you.
yeah.
And
So it was my computer. I think it's overheating. Is what's happening
oh,
to it. And I had a battery replaced a while back, but I don't feel like it was ever very good
yeah.
after a new battery was put in. Like it just didn't hold charge for very long either. I think I need a new computer. So sorry, Sam.
That's all right. It's part of it, isn't it? It happens.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest, well, when it did happen, I was actually thinking, this probably is a good reason to do this in Discord. Like this stuff will still happen in Discord, but probably anyway. I'm assuming it will. It's technology and
That's it, eh?
life these days. Yeah. At least I might have given your paper some time to dry. So you
Yeah,
can
it did.
some. Yeah. I just love watching how when you add water to something that's water soluble, I love watching the change. It's just beautiful, isn't it? When you're just watching how paint moves or how pencil moves or how whatever medium it is, how it can shift and move.
Hmm.
Sometimes sometimes that's more interesting than the actual product. It's the process of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm getting out of today.
Yeah, good, good. I like this working in panels actually because you can go back to the other ones that you've done as well and put more layers onto them. It kind of gives you a bit of time to look and some variety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops. Actually, seeing it on the computer screen is interesting too because you can see the values better. Mm. Huh. Oh. What's the temperature in Catherine at the moment, Cal? Do you reckon?
It was a warm one last night. It was like, I think it was 23 was meant to be the low. So it's it's real weird at the minute. It's quite cloudy,
Yep.
which is why the overnight temperatures have been warmer because the week before it was getting down to like 4 degrees. And then like last night, I think it was 23, 22 or 23 was the minimum.
And what?
So, but yeah, we're expecting sort of 32, 33 today, I think.
Goodness, Celsius, gosh.
But not
That's
sunny, more
winter.
like
Yeah.
that's winter, yeah.
I don't miss that heat. Our weather's been bonkers all over the place. We've been having, like yesterday was 20 degrees. It was, well, the last maybe 4 or 5 days has been 18, 19, 20 degrees, singlets and shorts weather. And then this morning, this massive big frost.
You're so funny saying singlets and shorts for 18, 19, 20. I think rug up.
I've acclimatized again since I came back.
Yeah, when it gets below like 27 during the day, it's, yeah, not short weather.
Yeah.
Huh.
I really love winter now. After all those years in the Northern Territory, I love I love the cold. Mind you, I've got a beautiful fireplace, so it's
Good to know.
expensive to heat, but I love I love rugging up. I love the look of the frost. I like the cool, crisp air
Yeah,
and the blankets at night.
I do like that kind of stuff for a very short amount of time. And then I'm like, no, take me back to the heat. I just feel it too much.
Yeah. Oops. Wrong place. One color. Where did I put that color in? Right. Yeah, definitely needed the yellow in there as well. Um, the other thing I've really been enjoying is playing with different media, like mixing things together, like layering with pencil and using chalk pastels and water and watercolors. I've been enjoying that. I wasn't sure how things worked before, like how what's going to go with what. And it's honestly, it's just play. It's just figure it, like just try something. If it doesn't work, doesn't matter. Like, uh, have you guys been finding, like, do you both use Pinterest?
Yeah, I do.
Have you been finding there's more and more images that just look like AI generated?
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, it's I think it's a bit sad in a way.
Me too. Oh, now I could hear a seagull or something sounded like a seagull.
I think that was me. It wasn't a seagull though. It was I'm not sure. It was a bird though. We have a lot of birds, even though it's in the middle of the city.
Huh? Oh, Kill's gone again.
Oh no.
Yeah. Ah, this is a lovely way to end the week.
Hmm. So how many days a week are you going to work?
I need three. Financially, I need three. Sometimes it's, I was thinking this the other day. Sometimes it's easier to be there every day. in that the kids,
Mm.
you can follow up on consequences and that kind of stuff if you need to, and you always need to, you know.
We better not talk about this.
No, probably not. Oh, computer's gone.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 days seems like a good number.
Yeah. Yeah.
My 4 days, Friday's just a recovery day because it's
Yeah, exactly.
pretty intense.
Yeah. I almost feel like every day that I teach, I need a recovery day for.
Yeah.
So it is intense. So I have nothing left. Oh, that's too big. I have nothing left over after nothing. I have no energy for anything after a day of teaching.
Yeah.
How do other people do it? Oh, God.
Well, everything else in their life probably suffers.
Yeah. I definitely had more energy when I was younger. That's for sure. Oh my God, I miss those days.
Didn't we all?
Oh, yeah. Wow. You just think you're never going to get old, don't you? You just don't until you're suddenly there and you go, oh, that's what everyone was talking about. Should have listened.
And you don't feel any different inside.
No, not at all. I'm drawing it's not a power shell, it's an abalone shell. Um, God, they're beautiful.
Yeah.
I think she might be on her phone this time.
Take 3.
So glad you came back.
Oh, I was so tempted just to go shopping for a new computer. Okay,
Yeah.
we're on the work computer now.
Okay. Excellent.
Oh dear.
I bought myself a new computer for my birthday in February. It's a very expensive one. It's really noisy. The fan's really loud in it because it's like I've got 2 screens. I don't know. It's a desktop one because I wanted to edit videos. But wow,
Yeah.
it's really loud. Like the fan is really loud. Anyway, but I also need a new laptop too for I've got a little one for work. But it's not great.
Yeah, well, this one that I'm using, my work one now, the screen is a lot smaller
Oh, is it?
than, yeah, but it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
We won't complain about that.
Oh, how am I going to do that? This can be filled in, I think. Maybe. Yeah. Oops. So we've got about 10 minutes left and then we'll do a share. Oh, actually, it's probably sharing time now.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll finish that later anyway. And then we'll do a share. And then what I might do, should I show you the Discord while we're still recording or afterwards maybe? Good question. I think I'll show you afterwards. I won't record that. I'll just, yeah. Are you guys ready to share?
Yep.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right then. I could keep painting. I'm actually quite liking mine and I could keep going for a long time to finish the whole page. But I won't
I
do
like yours too.
Yeah, it's I don't usually like what I do in a Zoom session because I just talking and painting is quite challenging. But I am liking what I did today. Anyway, who would like to share first?
I will just get my photo back up. That was my inspiration.
Yep.
And then I can show you. Gosh, now even this has been slow. Territory slow. Maybe if I go second.
Yeah, okay. Dimity, do you want to share?
Sure.
Yep.
So I did share before this one.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's amazing.
Gorgeous. I love the texture and the hair.
Yeah. Thanks. Because this is what the photo's from.
Nice.
So he always had thick hair. And
You've done such a great job.
then I did one of me from when I was 22, which is, I've got all the proportions of the face wrong, but that's a photo.
Oh, wow.
That looks great.
Yeah, wow, that is excellent. I can't draw faces. They're very hard. I find faces very hard.
Well,
You've done such a great job.
I haven't for some time, and they are a big challenge. And I missed having other materials because I love drawing with all sorts of stuff like colors, waxes, washes, all of that stuff. So I'm going to, like I said, going to build a little collection of things. Yeah.
Good idea. And you can even make like like an art kit or something.
Yeah.
A bag that you can move around.
Yeah.
Or a trolley. Trolleys are good.
Yeah.
Kel?
Alrighty. So for mine, this one was my inspiration pick.
Oh, yep.
She's just disappeared.
What is it?
When I was in Japan, I really enjoyed just picking a backdrop that I liked somewhere, like a streetscape, and then just waiting for something interesting to come past and lowering the shutter speed so you kind of got that blur. And I've got a bit of an obsession with a pop of red. I really quite like a pop of red, which was why I chose that one to do. I should have finished this sooner than I did, and then with all of the computer mucking up, but that's what ended up coming out.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the top of red.
Yeah, I think I liked it slightly before this. I went probably too far, but yeah. And as I said, experimenting, I feel like I need to go back with this little palette and just do some little experiments with what the actual colours are.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea to wait at a point and take photos.
Yeah.
Today I'm going to go and see a Banksy show at
lovely
in the afternoon, which will be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. People were often wondering what I was taking photos of or what I was doing, and then people would stop and not walk past.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, keep going. You're right. Don't mind me. I'll just stand here. It's like, can I just, drift back into the wall a little bit further and you don't notice me at all. And then I just, there was one really good one that I took where at the time I knew I liked it and I didn't know why. And it was because the lady, the clothes she was wearing were actually reflected in the building behind her. And it looked really cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to actually, like printing some of them out or making a bit of a photo book or something of some of them. Yeah. And I might have a go at painting a few more. See how that goes.
idea. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I always swatch out the colours of anything new that I get before I use them, so I know what they are. Yeah, they're beautiful. That was beautiful.
Thanks, Sam.
Oh, you're very welcome. I think you probably can all see what I'm doing. Trying to find the spotlight. Or maybe I could have just held it up. I don't know which is easier to see. It's a bit blurry this way. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna hold it up like you guys did. So I'll spotlight this bit here. It takes a little while for the spotlight's right down the bottom for this one. I don't know.
Lovely.
Still a bit blurry, but
Gorgeous.
just using the Inktense pencil. If I moved it. Oh no. Anyway, you can see what they are. Using Inktense pencil mostly and the Neo color.
Had you already done the background?
Yeah. So the background, wait, I'll put the other thing on. I'll remove that spotlight. So the background is those, I used it, some of this. What else did I use? Maybe cheaper stuff. So Deco Art Americana I bought them from Craft Online, I think. And look, I've had these for years. They're very similar to the acrylic gouache and just much, much cheaper. And the Jo Sonias are much cheaper as well. So I mixed some of those together on a palette with the white gesso, with some gesso primer, and created the palettes because I wanted to see, not that I've really used watercolor, I suppose Inktense, I've added water, but I wanted to see what watercolor looks like. Also, these Royal Talons, the paper here, it's not great for water mediums. Like it's not great for watercolor. It's more for dry mediums. They're a fairly cheap sketchbook. So I thought if I put a panel down first, or if I put a base layer down first, then I could add water mediums over the top of it. So that was just an experiment. And I'm just sort of playing with color palettes too. I'm really enjoying this color palette at the moment.
Really nice. Really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shells
really nice.
are so endlessly fascinating, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. And I chose them because I thought they'd be a relatively easy thing to draw and talk and host a Zoom thing at the same time.
Well, I think you've done a good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you both for coming. What I'll do, we'll say our goodbyes and I'll stop the recording, but I won't finish the Zoom so we can stay on a little bit and I can show you what the Discord looks like and explain a bit more about that and a few other things if you want to. So I often, after a Zoom meeting, stop the recording and then we stay back for a little bit and we've been chatting. It's been the best. The after party, it's been really good. So because everyone relaxes and we're not being recorded. So thank you, everyone. Thank you both for coming. Thank you to those people. If you're watching the replay, just let us know in the comments hope you enjoyed it. And I'd love to see what you guys did too. So
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you. And I'll see you in the next 2 weeks for Open Studio is in I can't remember the date, but it's the second Saturday of August. So second Saturday of every month. Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye.